Have you ever realized that the more processed foods you eat, the more difficult it becomes to lose weight? This is because processed foods are designed to be tasty and addictive, leading us to overeat and fall into a never-ending cycle of weight gain. In this video, we will explore why processed foods harm our health and how to break free from the weight gain trap. In the past few years, there's been a considerable uptick in the intake of processed foods. Most health experts agree that these types of foods have played a big role in the surge of obesity issues around the world. It has been confirmed by none other than the World Health Organization. They've brought to attention that obesity has become a serious concern worldwide, affecting a staggering number of 1.9 billion adults who are overweight and about 650 million who are obese. Linking processed foods to obesity isn't a simple, straightforward matter. It's rather complicated, with many different aspects to consider. However, we must comprehend the different elements that feed into this connection to tackle this health crisis effectively. It's everyone's issue, and we're all in together. So let's understand it better to create healthier habits and lives. What are processed foods? The term processed foods refers to those edibles that have undergone various procedures like preservative addition, infusion of artificial flavors and colors, and grain refinement. They're usually jam-packed with calories, unhealthy fats, and heaps of sugar and salt while low on vital nutrients. Their enticing taste can easily lead you to eat more than you should, which can cause unwanted weight gain. Obesity isn't a straightforward issue. It's a complicated condition that arises from a mix of genetic influences, environmental impacts, and lifestyle habits. One such environmental aspect is the consumption of processed foods. These foods often edge out healthier, unprocessed alternatives due to their lower cost, easy availability, and convenience. This makes them an appealing option for many. To add to that, the strong marketing push behind processed foods can sway consumers' decisions, nudging them towards eating these foods more often than they might otherwise. These days, processed foods are just about everywhere you look, and most folks have them as a regular part of their diet. These foods go through a whole host of steps, like adding preservatives, fake flavors, and colors, not to mention refining grains. Because of this, they're usually pretty tasty, won't break your bank, and are super handy, which is a big part of why so many people pick them. But it's worth knowing that eating too much processed food has been connected to a stack of health issues, like obesity, heart disease, and even diabetes. When we're talking processed foods, we can split them into 4 key categories. First, consider convenience foods like frozen meals, canned soup, and instant noodles. These are all built to be super quick and easy to whip up. Then you've got snack foods. You know, stuff like chips, crackers, and sweets. These often pack a punch with calories, sugar, and salt, designed to be eaten when you're out and about. We've also got ready-to-eat meals like pizza, sandwiches, and burgers. They often have high calories, unhealthy fats, and salt, and they're a popular choice when you need a meal in a hurry. Lastly, we have drinks. Soft drinks, sports drinks, energy drinks. These types of beverages are typically full of sugar and calories but don't bring much to the table nutrition-wise. Many people love processed foods because they often taste so good. They are savory and delightful because of their high sugar, fat, and salt content. Palatability isn't just a fancy term, it's the pleasure we get from eating. This pleasure is driven by various properties of food, including its flavor, texture, and aroma. Processed foods are engineered to maximize this pleasure with added sugars, fats, and salt to boost their taste and appeal. Besides their delicious taste, processed foods are often cheaper and more easily available than less processed whole foods. Why so? They're more affordable because of large-scale production and distribution processes. In some cases, certain crops used are subsidized by the government. These foods are nearly everywhere. You can find them in almost every grocery or convenience store. But there's a caveat. Despite their affordability and convenience, processed foods are not exactly your body's best friend. They have been associated with several health issues, such as obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. These health risks are believed to be due to processed foods' high calorie and low nutrient profile. Many of these foods pack many calories but don't offer much nutritional value, leading to overeating and weight gain. In addition, processed foods often lack fiber, vitamins, and minerals, all the important stuff for maintaining good health. The relationship between processed food and obesity is a layered story with many intertwining elements. Essentially, processed foods pack a powerful punch of calories, unhealthy fats, sugars, and salt while being short on the vitamins and minerals our bodies need. All this makes them incredibly tasty, tempting us to eat more than we should, which can make us put on weight. Moreover, processed foods are usually cheaper, more available, and quicker to prepare than their healthier, unprocessed counterparts. This means they're often the go-to choice for many of us, leading to some experts pointing the finger at processed foods in the fight against obesity. The high calorie count of processed foods is one of the main reasons they're linked to obesity. They may fill our tummies, but they don't offer many nutrients, which can make us eat more than we need. Processed foods also tend to be low in fiber, which is important for making us feel full. If we don't feel satisfied after a meal, we're likely to eat more, leading to a vicious cycle of overeating and weight gain that can be tough to interrupt. Cutting back on processed foods is a key to both preventing and managing weight issues. You can adopt numerous approaches to limit your intake of processed foods and foster a much healthier eating habit. These approaches involve increasing the consumption of whole foods, preparing meals at home, understanding food labels, and steering clear of fast food and convenience foods. Eating more whole foods is a great way to cut back on processed food intake. Whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, are packed with nutrients and deliver essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber to your body. Adding more whole foods to your meals can effectively cut down on processed foods, typically loaded with calories, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Another helpful approach is to cook more meals at home. When you prepare your food, you can control the ingredients and choose healthier options. This allows you to reduce or eliminate processed foods from your diet altogether. It's also important to read food labels carefully when grocery shopping, as they can give you a clear idea of what ingredients are in the product. Look for keywords like whole grain, low sodium, and sugar-free when choosing packaged foods, and try to avoid products with long lists of artificial ingredients. Lastly, make an effort to limit fast food and convenience food consumption. These often contain high levels of unhealthy fats, salt, and sugar that can contribute significantly to weight gain and other health issues. That's a wrap. We hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative content.